What's up, everybody? This is your host, AC Slater. Listen to another episode of that damn podcast, that DC Anime and Marvel podcast. And I'm back again with my co-host. Say what's up to the people.
What's going on, guys? Nick Mal, as always. If you enjoy indie games, nonsensical games, or even shooters and RTS, feel free to join my channel, Nick Mal streaming on Twitch, Nick Mal Graham on Instagram, soon to be Technical Difficulties, TECHNICKAL. I'll see you guys on over there.
And it's Mike Drive Fitness Lifestyle. If you're into words of affirmation, fitness tips, calorie deficit, calorie surplus, plans to get shredded into this year that we're about to, halfway into this year. If you need meal plans, like I said, hit me. Feel free to message me on About Page my channel, Drive Fitness Lifestyle on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. And without further ado, let's get into it.
All right. How are we feeling today, fellas?
Awesome.
Doing pretty damn good.
All right. Nick, take us into it.
All right, so for gaming news, the company Toys for Bob, they're an old company they've been developing, I want to say even since during the GameCube times. It looks like they're coming back, and they may actually be looking to bring back Banjo-Kazooie. So Banjo-Kazooie might be coming back here soon. Who knows? Apparently, Nintendo was approached for the possibility of a Nintendo 64 GoldenEye remaster. So they were going to take the old N64 version and just make it pretty. And Nintendo rejected it, but I got a bone to pick with them tonight, so we'll be there in a moment. Limited Run is releasing the Doom 1 and 2 Collector's Edition. I believe the edition's called the Can It Run Doom Edition. It literally sells for $666.66. And basically, it's a literal fucking box that has a little machine in it that can play Doom 1 and 2, like the OG Dooms. And it comes like a little cacodemon that, again, plays Doom, like a little floating demon, the game itself, and a few other little tchotchkes. But
this sounds like people for like hardcore OG fans.
Bro, listen, the floating cacodemon alone, I would have bought it for, but for $600, that's just way too much. I would never, in my right mind...
Hardcore, yeah.
No, honestly, even like, a buddy of mine, he's a crackhead for Doom, and even he's like, nah, couldn't do it. Nah. It's too much. It's not worth it. Limited Run Games, they had a problem a couple of years ago. Not to get too deep into it, but it is culture war bullshit. One of their employees, I think she was like a community outreach manager or something. She was apparently like a devout Catholic or something. She made maybe a post about something. I can't remember exactly what the detail was, but it was, she was religious, and somebody was bitching online about this person, being whatever, and they ended up getting fired, so it resulted in people getting pissed off and then pulling their pre-orders from Limited Run. So what my buddy's thinking, because we were talking about this, that the reason why they're selling this for such a ridiculous amount isn't just because, Doom and Demons, 666, it's also to try to rake in as much money as possible to recover from losses. Which I can kind of see that being the case. But, yeah, no, for $600, it's a fucking joke. No, it's cool, don't get me wrong. $200 at most. It's a fucking... this is a game that came out in the 90s. No.
Yeah.
No, not for $600. Even the floating little demon thing, it's cool, but not $600 worth. I better get a fucking suit of power armor from Doom for that price. Like, no. Bungie has a new game coming out called Marathon, and that is set to release September 23rd in 2025. Other than that, Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remaster may actually be getting announced soon, so it got leaked. We'll see what happens. It's not uncommon for artwork and whatnot of a game to get leaked out, and it never actually releases because something goes wrong with development. I believe I'm sorry?
Oh, my bad. I was just going to say, what the hell is even that game about?
Elder Scrolls?
Well, like, the next one, like, what is it, like, what the fuck?
Well, no, this is a remaster of Oblivion. Oblivion's been out for years.
Yeah, Oblivion is a classic, man.
It came out before Skyrim.
So what are they going to do on a remaster that's different, like, just graphics?
Well, like I said, it just got leaked, so likelihood is it's just going to be to make it look prettier. Now, it's Bethesda we're talking about, so knowing Todd Howard, it's just going to work. What are they gonna fix? Don't worry, it's just gonna work. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's just working along with this other content, hopefully.
Don't worry about it. It'll work. It'll work after a number of bug fixes and patches and you spending your money and getting robbed by them. Don't worry, it'll work. Just like Fallout 76 did. Don't worry, it'll work.
Yeah, and the number of setbacks it took to release the game, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. Don't worry about it. Stop asking questions. Just consume product. But no, going back to my original point. So it's not uncommon for projects to get like artwork leaked, like say Left 4 Dead 3. Artwork did release for that game, not officially, it got leaked, but the project was canned. Just because there's artwork, just because stuff is leaking out, does not mean that this game is definitely a thing until Bethesda comes out and says, we're working on it. So, again, we're going to have to keep an eye out. Other than that, so it looks like for first-party games, Nintendo is going to be selling their games physically at $90 a copy. Digital is going to be $80. That is fucking disgusting, in my opinion. And this is the shit that I was talking about previously. Rockstar announced that they want to release GTA at $100, and I had a huge problem with that because it's Pandora's box. If we let one company get away with it, all these other motherfuckers are going to try to get away with it. And what is Nintendo doing? They're testing the waters. They could get away with 60, they can get away with 70. Let's see if we could squeak 80 and 90. Let's see if we could squeak that. And if they get away with it now, come the next system, guaranteed over $100. Guaranteed.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, and I'm sorry, I have to give Nintendo shit. You're going to charge us, because people are still going to want physical regardless. You're going to charge us $90 for this game, for these games in general. And we're going to get the kind of quality that we got with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I don't know if you got, you know what, hold on. It's probably going to fuck up the podcast. Hold on one second.
No, you should just appreciate it. That's what they're gonna say.
Oh, of course, yeah. Just appreciate what you got. Yeah, fuck that. Let me see if I can find. There we go. Here we go. I'm gonna make a point right now. That here is this. Was this really it 2 years ago? Oh my god. Let me see if this is. Oh my god, fucking ads. So Scarlet and Violet, when it released, it was a nightmare of a game. It was buggy. It was broken. And, I mean, I'm sorry, but this is what we're going to pay $80 to $90 for bugs and glitches and things to not work? That's what we're paying $80, $90 for. Yeah, so imagine you walk in and that's what you see. Walk into a shop and remember, guy walks right through the fight. Character's bugging the fuck out. This is what we're going to be paying $90 for, guys. This is what we're paying $90 for.
Doing a new dance, you gotta appreciate it.
There you go, just floating in midair. AAA gaming here, guys. Oh, and there you go. Soft locked. You're on the right track. No, we are not. Gaming has not been on the right track in years. At least not AAA gaming, anyway. And he clips through the universe. Yeah, this game was bad on launch. But yeah, just wanted to give you guys an idea of like this is the shit that I'm talking about. We're gonna pay. Oh fuck. we're going to pay 80, 90, 100 bucks for these games to be released in like that. That's insane. No. Nintendo, they're out of their fucking minds. But again, I hate to say it, this is the gaming community's fault. We said GTA 6 at $100 is perfectly acceptable, and every other company is going to follow, and we're going to have the same problems. Content is going to come out half-baked. It's going to be broken. It's going to be buggy. We're going to bitch and moan and be like, hey, why are these companies releasing games shitty? And the problem's never going to get solved. We have to, as a community, we have to put our foot down and go, cool, you can sell it at whatever price you want. We're not going to buy it. You release the games in a quality that's worth that price tag, and then we'll buy it. Otherwise, drop the price. Bring it down to 50. But no, that's just unacceptable. But I mean, it's fine. Nintendo can sell it at whatever they want because I sure as shit ain't gonna buy it. Though emulation is a great thing. So, Nintendo hates it. Oh, that's another thing too. Apparently, so the way the Switch 2 is gonna work, they're doing something a little different. See, previous systems, the reason why they were backwards compatible is because they used old hardware from the previous machine. So take, for example, the GameCube to the Wii. The reason why the Wii was backwards compatible to the GameCube is because it used GameCube parts in order to be able to properly process those games. However, the Switch is not doing that this time. The Switch 2 has such advanced parts now that it's actually outclassing the Switch 1, so it can't properly process those games under normal conditions. So, pure fucking hypocrisy. For you to run your Switch games on the Switch 2, the Switch is emulating the Switch 1 system. So that thing that Nintendo loves dropping cease and desists for, they're doing it themselves. Irony. Anyway, enough of my rant. Fuck Nintendo. Mojang confirms that there's not going to be a second Minecraft game. Simply because there's no point. It's such a large game as it is that, like, what would they do for a sequel? Though their goal is to hopefully keep this game relevant for at least another 15 years. So, I mean, it is a popular game. It's been popular, God, since I was in grade school. So, I mean, I think this game came out when I was in the 7th grade, and I'm 29 right now. Oh, that makes me feel old. Ew. Anyway. Mafia Old Country may be looking at an August 8th release due to a leak that was in Spanish. So, we'll see what happens. Hopefully. I'm very excited for this game. I cannot wait for Mafia. Here's hoping.
Did they show Did they show a trailer?
They did actually have an announcement trailer, yes. Let me see if I can find it. But, yeah, no, I'm excited. Mafia overall has been a fantastic series. Not to my memory have they ever released a bad game, I don't think. But I'm super excited.
Yeah, you know it. I love that game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a family. And in this family, we follow a code of honor. It is not forgiving. To betray one is to betray all. Do you wish to commit yourself, your life, to this family? I do. To become a man of honor, repeat these words. I swear my loyalty to this family. My flesh must burn like this saint. If I do not keep my oath, welcome, Enzo.
Yeah, I'm hyped about this. Now, the thing about this game, usually you have a pretty solid indication of, like, the time period for these games. You know, is it World War One, World War Two, Vietnam? Um, and the thing is that I don't know the time period of this game. I'm assuming either interwar, so between World War One and World War Two, which that would actually be very interesting. This is possible. I'm not saying that this is the case. Again, I'm speaking from theory. It's possible that this is maybe like a prequel to the events of what happened to Vito's family, because Vito, him and his family immigrated to the United States, and his father was part of the Mafia, and his father apparently disappeared. Come to find out, it was the Mafia that killed him. It was his own family that killed his father. So again, maybe this guy that we're seeing is Vito's father while he was in Italy, and at some point they're going to end up moving to Empire Bay, and we figure out that this is Vito's dad. So that'd be really cool. Though I kind of doubt it, but that would be really neat. Because usually the characters are tied in together somehow, one way or another. They're usually related in some way, shape, or form. Like, there's theories that Joe Barbaro, Vito's friend, is Lincoln Clay's father.
You didn't play that third one?
I played it, of course I did.
You about to say, all of them are in that one.
That's what, yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Joe's in there. No, not Tommy's not in it, though, in Mafia 3. He's dead. He's been dead since 2. But, no, Joe might be Lincoln Clay's father. Because, what was it? The reason why some people say that Lincoln looks like Joe a little bit, and on top of that, too, the old guy, the pastor that usually helps Lincoln out, he mentions that his father, they assumed to be some guy who was Italian from, and I don't know if they mentioned he was from Empire Bay or not, but he was like a drifter or something. So the only character that we know of who's Italian that looks kind of like Lincoln is Joe, and Joe did at one point leave Empire Bay. And I don't know if he ever mentioned that he went to New Bordeaux or not, but yeah, all these characters are somehow linked to one another in some way, shape, or form. But anyway, moving on. Zenless Zone Zero is set to have a release finally on the Xbox in June. I don't know much about this game. It's another anime. I think it's a gacha game. I noticed my little brother plays it, so I don't know. I'll probably take a look at it at some point. Lastly, Warhammer Space Marines 2 is getting its Trigon update, which is going to be adding a bunch of new content, things like PvE missions, cosmetics, weapons. Sorry, what's up?
Trigon.
Oh, well, I don't know if it's going to be in relation to... I don't know too much about the Warhammer universe other than like some of the basic shit. Oh, did I say Trigon? I meant Tygon.
Never mind.
I'm sorry? Okay. But it's basically just going to add a bunch of new missions. So you're going out there killing a bunch of more Xenos. But with that said, that's about all I got for you guys tonight. So I will pass it off.
All right. As we start off with this anime news, I just want to wish everybody happy National Anime Day. Yes, it is National Anime Day, April 15th.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So with that being said, I'll start off with anime news. First off being One Piece. Hey, Slay, please tell me you've seen the latest episode that came out recently.
Yeah. I saw that little cock tease, you feel me? Sorry, remember for my language for all the younger audience or whatnot. But yeah, I seen it.
I'm just going to say this right now. You can't say cock tease, but it's okay for these kids to play GTA 5. Just saying.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Anyway, with One Piece news, and also Lego fans, they have officially made one of their new collaborations, which is set to launch on August 1st, 2025. This marks, of course, the first time that One Piece made a brought to life an actual collaboration with Lego. Yeah. Any of you Legos fans?
Wait. They going to Legos now?
They made a collaboration.
So a couple of buddies of mine, a couple of friends of mine, they're big Lego fans. Like they always buy in the Lego Star Wars kits. And I know a friend of mine is a huge One Piece fan. If he finds out that there's One Piece Legos, he's gonna fucking blow a nut.
Yo, I was just finna say that shit, bro. Like work wifey, like she used to really like Lego. Like you'd be surprised how many grown adults like Lego.
Uh, I'm surprised even still to this day. But apparently, it has made a trend, and apparently, this is a dream I think coming true to a lot of fans out there, including people who we well know. They have made, like I said, official collaboration, and they have a lot of few pieces that they are coming out on, like I said, August 1st. Some of the sets are the Party's Bar. I forgot what particular scene that was. The Party's Bar. Do you remember that, Ace Slater?
Um,
Come on.
your pronunciation be crazy, so I don't really be knowing.
That's what it said. Party, like Party's Bar. That's what it's called. Party.
It
And
might
then
be. It might be. Nami sister. I think.
okay. Well, that set price for that Lego piece is $20 or $30, and then the next we have Buggy's Circus. That is set at $50. And then this goes on, guys. Arlong Park. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah,
That
bro. Forget the context, bro. Like that got to be Nami sister. You said Arlong.
yeah.
That's
Yes.
everything is in that art.
Yeah.
Buggy for it.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. That one is set at $80. And then the next one, the Going Merry, the famous Going Merry, which has 1,376 pieces now, mind you. This is set at $130, and then now correct me if I'm wrong, audience. No, don't butcher me. The Bharati, Bharatai, I want to say. This
Alrighty.
is yes. This is set with pieces of over 3,000 pieces and set at $300. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. So tell your friends, family members about these collaborations. Like I said, it is coming out August 1st. And I hope you guys enjoy it because they are coming out. Matter of fact, let me just share a quick video with you all.
I ain't gonna hold you like I feel like I don't really want it per se for myself, but I feel like I want it, but I don't really want it. You feel me? Like it's weird.
Yeah.
I
Give me a
want Transformers more than I want those. No Transformers got AI in them this time, boy. That shit crazy, boy.
yeah.
Before you know it, we're actually releasing the fucking the Transformers themselves.
Nah, like you ain't seen. All right, I'm gonna show you on my part. Cold, bro.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to a completely no-nonsense LEGO One Piece Summer 2025 set news video. Today we have 5 new sets that we're going to talk about today, so if you do find this video helpful at all, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like or comment your thoughts down below. With all of that out of the way, let's jump into all of these sets. So all of this info has came from a Clapback over on Instagram. He's a very reputable source and you can definitely trust him on getting most of this info right. Now I do want to mention that I'm not a huge One Piece fan, so I don't really have any idea on what any of these sets could be, so if you do have any predictions or ideas what these sets will end up being, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a thought or your comments down below, and that would really help me out. So the very first set that we have is set number 75636. This one will include 301 pieces and retail for $30 US. And I do want to mention that all of these will be releasing on August 1st, 2025 as well. So it's about 8 months out from the making of this video. And then we have set number 75637. This one's going to include 573 pieces and retail for $50. So far, good price per piece on these sets. I'm excited to see how well they come out because it's good price per piece, which means it's pretty good value. And then we have set number 75638. This one will include 926 pieces and retail for $80 US. So a little bit of a more expensive set, but very good price per piece at over 900 pieces for $80 here. And then we have 75639. This one will include 1,376 pieces at a whopping $100 price tag. Again, really good price per piece. You really don't see this on many other themes, so I'm guessing the licensing cost isn't all that expensive. I think LEGO and One Piece are making a very good collaboration here. I think it'll definitely be good for fans of both LEGO and the One Piece series, because One Piece is a very, very popular show as well. And then lastly, we have set number 75640. This one will include 1,302 pieces, and it will retail for a whopping $300 US. This is an 18 plus set, and a lot of speculation going around online on what this set could end up being. Now, I imagine this will likely end up being just a giant pirate ship.
Wait, I'm sorry, it's
that
an
we see
18
quite a bit
plus
in the
set?
TV show.
Like,
And the word is that
18
all of the
years
sets
old?
will be based on the
1800.
Netflix adaptation of
Oh.
One Piece, so it won't be the original anime, but of course that is still up in the air. Some sources have said that it will be based off of the original anime TV show, so it is still 50-50 or so I wouldn't get your hopes up too high, but it does release on August, that's pretty much confirmed, and all of these sets, likely not too many changes because, I mean, if we have this detailed amount of a price tag, then I definitely wouldn't be surprised that it will be very accurate to this. Now, this is a lot that LEGO's putting into this. 5 sets when LEGO Fortnite just got around 3 or 4 when it was first originally released this past October. One Piece obviously is super popular. It's got over, of course, 1,000 episodes, or just 1,000, I think. And then, of course, even if this is based off the Netflix adaptation, I'm sure the sets won't be bad at all. I am excited to see this. I'm really excited to see how LEGO makes this set work out, how they make this entire theme work out. Of course, this could end up leading into more sets in 2026 and beyond if this is at least mildly successful. And LEGO really hasn't covered many anime themes in the past. The last time they covered an anime theme, I believe, was Avatar: The Last Airbender back in the late 2000s. That was definitely a more exciting time as well. That was very exciting to see Avatar: The Last Airbender. And then, of course, I think we saw that old Exo Force that was also anime sort of based, had an anime TV show tied in with it. Overall, I'm excited to see how this looks like. I'd love to hear your predictions down in the comment section below. I really thank you for watching today's video, and if you did enjoy, please leave a like and comment your thoughts. With all of that out of the way, make sure
What do you guys think about the collaboration?
I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. I respect people who do like model kits and stuff like that. Personally, like Lego isn't my thing because I just feel like it's too expensive for what it is. That's just me personally. I don't give any shit to anyone that does it. But me personally, I do like the Gundam kits. I recently built Metal Gear Rex. I had a model for that. Some of these kits are expensive in general. I mean, they're $50 to $80 sometimes for like the decent kits. Cheaper ones can usually range 10 to 20. But Lego usually, for like something small, like $20 for like a tiny kit that maybe you take 5 minutes to build. If you want something crazy like the Death Star, Millennium Falcon, or something like a bigger kit, you're spending a couple hundred to possibly even upwards of $1,000, depending on the kit. So the prices are nuts, but again, I respect people who enjoy the hobby and enjoy building. I think it's a cool idea.
I think it'd be like people with like they be having like architect or slash engineer in them, and they never really went for it for real, for real. They were just like, you know what?
That is
Or
more
people
someone who gets like blank Lego kits and then decides to build their own shit. A lot of people
but
who
not
get
even
into like,
that. Like a lot of people like following the instructions of building it. Like if they were to get like a like furniture from online and they had to ship it to you, and it's all it's separate pieces. A
right.
lot
Yeah.
of people like building that, so just because it's like, okay, let's put this part together, put that together, put that, just to get the final piece. So it's like it's a pastime of a lot of people. So like I said, I was when work wife who was into that type of stuff. I was surprised. I was like, dang, you got that for your little brothers and them? She was like, nah, for me. Oh, all right. Okay, cool. That's dope. You know. So, yeah.
Again, that's I don't know. I think this make a huge sale. I think this make a good, huge leading sale collaboration. With One Piece, especially with the other collaborations they have out there, especially with the one I want to talk about last podcast episode with Baskin Robbins. I think this will take the lead right here, hitting Lego fans. Next news we have, if you were a fan of one of the Demon Slayers, and I just memorized his name. Hey Slade, what was the Demon Hunter, the Demon Slayer, the one that fought, the one with the demon sister, and he had a demon brother, and he had the 3 wives.
Dude's got
What
3
was it?
wives. I feel bad for him.
Oh no, Oh, I mean, nah. Like, Nick, you would have
I could
to.
barely deal with one girlfriend. This dude's got 3 wives. I can only imagine the household.
That's just
Trip.
actually my brother. But I know who you're talking about. I just don't know his name right now. But like that was the
Uzai? What was Uzai? Was it?
Hashira. Huh?
Yeah. What was it? Uzai? Something Uzai?
I'm inclined to say maybe potentially might be him. But what's going on with proceed?
Yes, one of the Hashiras. I want to believe in. Correct me if I'm wrong, audience. I think his name is Uzai. All 3 wives will be playable characters for the next Demon Slayer game, which is Demon Slayer: The Hinokami Chronicles 2, releasing on August 5th. And in this game, I say it's more like 3 playable characters, one supporting each other, which leads Hintasuru, leading the attack with Mako and Suma joining Pacific moves, coordinating, which leads to an ultimate attack, which sounds pretty dope. Hopefully, this dynamic sequence will. Matter of fact, I can show down right here, right now. And this will be, of course, be available on PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Nintendo Switch and PC. Give me a second while I have that going for you guys.
Go.
What the hell?
There you go. You're good.
I'm not showing the other screen on my end. Is it showing? Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay. Okay. There we go.
So the new character trailer has officially dropped for Hinasuru, Suma, and Makio for Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles 2. And as you already know, these are Tengen's 3 wives in the Demon Slayer series.
Tengen.
In today's video, we will
Tengen,
be
I think.
reacting to the trailer. To be honest, I don't know what to expect because I wasn't aware that these 3 will actually be playable characters in-game. But if you guys are hyped, make sure to drop a like and comment down below who is your favorite out of the 3 and why. And with that being said, let's get into it. Alright, let's see what we got. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of short for 3 characters. Okay, the surge animation consisted of 3. Okay. Wait, Hinasuru is the main character? Oh, they're not separate characters? Oh,
they
that
doing
makes sense. I'm not gonna lie, because she did the most work in this show.
Yeah.
But then again,
But I like how they included all 3 of them, though. That's fire. Damn, I thought they were separate characters.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like collaboration for like
So look, I'm not gonna lie to
If
you,
you're
after
familiar with
watching the
Injustice,
character trailer, I'm
Yeah,
low-key
Injustice 2,
disappointed due to the
TMNT.
fact that they're not separate
I never
characters.
actually
And
played
granted,
it.
I understand Makio and
Didn't beat
Suma were
Naruto,
basically side characters when it came to the Entertainment District arc. And I say this because if you refer back to the anime and manga, Hinasuru was basically the only one that was putting in the most effort at the end of the day. But hey, I don't know, let me know what y'all think. Hopefully we can get some special team ultimates if you do decide to add them on the team with other Slayer characters. But I assume that they're gonna be completely separate, just like how demons are. If you get what I mean, where you can't add a demon with another demon on the same team. They're just their own character. But I guess we can wait and see until we get more news. But like I said before, I hope y'all enjoy. And again, let me know what y'all think down below. And with that being said, I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Hopefully it's something that they changed, because that's kind of
lame.
yeah, it is. It is. It is. It is. What was I saying? To next news. If you didn't get the chance to watch this My Hero Academia, your next movie, which was the 4th film installment into the franchise, that was when did that movie came out? Didn't you say this movie, Ace Slater? What was your review about that movie? Yep, matter of fact, it's right here. That was set to release really back in October of last year. Now this film it's set to release this month on the 20th of 2025. If you're really interested to see this movie, missed a chance. Now's your chance to see it. Coming Sunday, April 20th of 2025. And then recently, not yesterday, but 2 days ago, since the full year premiere of the famous Kaiju number 8. Now, I talked about last podcast, I would see this movie and give you guys my honest review. My honest review, good movie. Definitely worth to see. If you want to recap, definitely watch it. If someone's new to anime, or even willing to see the whole thing in one snapshot or in one film, definitely take them to see this movie, as you will not be disappointed. I definitely would take someone else who is new to this franchise in anime to see this movie. Definitely. So in my review, I would give it definitely good 8 out of 10. Good 8 out of 10. Definitely see this movie. All right, next news for ... being DC. Now, if you're familiar and if you have any elders who have watched this show called Clark and Lois, the two actors are set to make their appearance for the 47th annual Superman celebration in Metropolis, Illinois on Saturday, June 14th. Of course, these two are set to, give the iconic, duo being Clark Kent and Superman. And I forgot the just for Lois. But yeah, the collaboration is set to make a guest appearance along with other comic book artists like Bob McLeod and a few others. Again, that's June 13th through the 15th, 2025, happening in Metropolis, Illinois on the weekend. Next news. Actor Brandon Scalanor has expressed admiration for both Christian Bale and Robert Pattinson's portrayal of Batman, highlighting Bale's performance of his all-time being favorite. In a recent interview, he stated, "I've honestly enjoyed every incarnation of the Batman, but Christian's was definitely my favorite." Now, honestly, if you give my opinion, I would definitely have to give Affleck this one. I mean, Bale did his thing, don't get me wrong. Shout out to Heath Ledger, rest in peace. Definitely iconic. Supervillain, Heath Ledger, Christian Bale all day. But superhero being iconic to the film of Batman, list would be, what's it? Yeah, Clooney, Affleck, Bale. Yeah, in that order. Who do you think said a good performance, Ace Slater? Either Bale or Affleck? Who would you grade as better? Nick, did you watch the
Well, for me, um, I've always kind of liked Christian Bale's more, even though all them shit's bleak. But I mean, I've always liked Bale's a little more.
Which
Bale a little
Batman
more?
was Christian Bale?
The one that went against Bane.
Yeah, Bane, Heath Ledger.
And then the other
The
Batman.
one,
What movie was he in? I'm trying to. I always lose track of the actors. Like if you told me like, oh yeah, remember this Batman movie? Oh yeah, cool. Actor names though, I'm like, I don't know who the fuck you're talking about.
okay. Yeah, because Mike does that. Like he gives the name like we supposed to know them folks for real, but like, um, Like
Everybody knows Christian Bale. Come on, guys. Come
the
Christian
other
Bale.
one, you said Fleck, right?
Affleck, yeah. Ben Affleck.
Yeah. So Fleck was he was the Justice League one.
Okay, I didn't
Dawn
see
v
Justice League,
Superman.
but I saw, of course, I saw Bane, Heath Ledger. Like I've seen those movies, and I thought they were pretty good.
You saw Batman vs Superman.
No, the movies after that, after Bane, I didn't see them.
Okay, so yeah, that was good. Yeah. So you probably know Fleck like that for real. Hey, show Fleck.
Affleck. Okay, give me one
Show
second
Fleck and
here.
then show Bell. Yeah, give him like a real. Somebody probably got a video up, all the Batmans or something like that, so Nick can see.
Of course, of course, of course. Give me a second.
Well, here I am. Bruce, please. I was wrong. You have to listen to me. Lex wants us.
He tore a sewer up the hat.
You don't understand. There's no time. I understand.
What happened to I don't use guns?
He's an alien. It's different.
I don't remember Batman's rule being I don't use guns unless there's aliens involved. Then I use guns.
Yeah, he's an alien. See, it's different.
He just wild for Fleck. You really taking it so easy, man. You could have sent that man to the clouds if you wanted to.
We really do. It's like, oh man, a lot of mercy going on.
Rhoda had to call the Batwing to get him up out of that. In this situation, I was definitely going to keep him.
In this instance, kryptonite suit. That's
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Like in different iterations, it depends on who it is who I support. Like in this situation, in this movie, Clark for sure. If it was probably like a movie version, I mean like an animated version, I'd probably be on Batman's side. Never know,
say animated side. Yeah, yeah.
Breathe it in.
So he had that as disposal the entire time. Yeah, he decided to go with all the fucking
You're not brave.
parlor shows. All the parlor tricks.
Men are brave.
Now, see, in this instance, you definitely could. like, oh shit, boom.
Yeah.
That's solid minute. I was waiting for him to be like, wait, I didn't mean it.
Hello, darkness, what over?
Yeah.
Bro could have picked up building loan. Yo, this nigga Batman, yo. Yo, that's like OD.
I forgot he did that.
See, bro, this is why Fleck didn't survive. This is why. See, I didn't need fucking.
To be fair, this is more the issue of the writers than the actor.
Yeah, there's more than right, for sure.
Bro, we don't care. We don't combine both of them at this point.
But you're here for a reason.
Fleck, you and the actors are one
My
and the
parents
same.
taught me a different
Because
lesson.
technically speaking, he could have went against the script. If he
Dying in the
like,
gutter for no reason
They
at
both
all.
do.
well, look at him going OD on my boy Superman. You had the voice, this nigga, bro. Superman, I mean, not Superman. Batman, low key, bro. Like, bro.
They taught me the world only makes sense if you force it to.
You can't never take down Joker like that.
He beats him to a pulp, but
All the villains going crazy right now. He is a fucking Superman.
everybody else took a break.
Right. Everybody don't took a break just for the night. Come on, bro.
You were never a god. You were never even a man. You're letting him kill Martha.
I say, this is stupid. I'm gonna end this right here.
All right, so let's go to the next one because that was some bullshit. Yeah, so
He
I mean,
said
I don't mind him as Batman.
Yeah, what you think about the fight scene? I mean, Nick, based on that.
I've seen better.
yeah.
It's just like,
Mm.
cool.
And this is what fans was kind of screaming all this time. Was like, really? You stop a fight because of a common name we both have?
Really?
Our
That's
mother
it?
had?
That's why?
Yes. That was why. That was
Well, both of their mom name apparently is Martha.
And that's why they started a fight?
that's why they stopped the fight.
Oh, that's why they stopped the fight. Got it.
I said, maybe you're human after all. You got the same mother. You got the same name as my
Oh,
mother.
your mom's Martha too? Holy shit. Small world.
Facts.
Let's become super friends.
Then Doomsday shows up.
Have you seen Doomsday, Nick? Let's get a clip
Nah,
of that.
fuck that. Don't show that same bullshit movie, bro. Come on, go. Let's go to the next. Let's go to the next Batman. Or something. What's it, bro?
You say next. You want to show the animated?
Nah, fuck man. We want to see that. We want to see a Bale.
Bale. Okay. Now Bale. Okay. Let's see. Give me a second. Did you see the one with versus Bane? Like,
Of course, yeah, I saw Bane. Yeah, that one was great.
man, that was great. I think I would definitely show the one with Joker. Shout out to him.
I'm not gonna lie. I personally low key do like yeah yeah.
You said Bale.
Nah,
Does it depress
the new
you,
Batman.
Commissioner, to know just how alone you really are? Does it make you feel responsible for Harvey Dent's current predicament?
Where is he?
What's the time?
What difference does that make?
Well, depending on the time, he may be in one spot or several.
If we're gonna play games.
The good cop, bad cop routine?
Not exactly.
You know, College Humor made fun of this scene.
Never start with the head. The victim gets all fuzzy. He can't feel the neck. See?
You wanted me. Here I am.
I wanted to see what you'd do. And you didn't disappoint. You let 5 people die. Then you let Dent take your place. Even to a guy like me, that's cold.
Where's Dent?
Those mob fools want you gone so they can get back to the way things were. But I know the truth. There's no going back. You've changed things. Forever.
And why do you want to kill me?
I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you? Go back to ripping off mob dealers? No. No, you complete me.
You're garbage. You kills for money.
Don't talk like one of them. You're not. Even if you'd like to be. To them, you're just a freak. Like me. They need you right now. When they don't, they'll cast you out. Like a leper. See, their morals, their code. It's a bad joke. Dropped at the first sign of trouble. They're only as good as the world allows them to be. I'll show you. When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other. See, I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve. Where's Dent? Have all these rules, and you think they'll save you?
He ain't gonna lie. He was snapping for real.
Yeah.
Control. I have one.
Like you gotta think.
Oh, then that's the rule you'll have to break.
Everybody
to
think Joker crazy.
The only
But yeah,
sensible way
one
to
of
live in
them
this world
is
is
in there with a
without
bat
rules.
suit on.
That suit on. One with makeup.
Yeah, yeah, but if you take that apart, one of them is in there with a bat suit on and got full authority to do whatever they want. Who's more crazy?
Is it really crazy or just what you're willing to do? I mean, granted, Batman's kind of in that situation of we're not fucking around. You're gonna tell me what I want to know, or I'm beating the ever living shit out of you. That's like some old school CIA cop type shit.
Bro, a dude walks into there in our store. To our store with a costume No matter who we think he or who he believes he is, or who we believe who he is. That dude look he crazy.
Oh, I
Especially
mean,
if
just being
he
in the bat suit alone, like, yeah, you do have to ask some questions. Like, okay, what's up with this?
yeah, bro, and that's where like a lot of times you gotta understand perspective. The perspective is we always knew who this character was as underneath the mask or the cowl or whatever. So we humanized him. We was like, all right, so this is Dan. This is Dan, and when he becomes super, he's Dan the Man Dangler or something,
You know, not for
right?
nothing. Is it bad that like if I saw something like that, like if you see Batman walking around, is it bad that my first go-to thought, if you don't know who Batman is, like, is that a sex thing? He's wearing a tight black leather suit. Is that not a sex thing?
That's why we don't see Batman during daytime.
You know, you know. There's only a little bit of scenes, but they only changed that in the third film, which again,
Yeah,
not my favorite
we
one.
see him during disasters and shit in the daytime, but like you know what I'm saying, barely see him in daytime.
Yeah,
That was because of the Justice League. So they they brought him out of the dark per se.
yeah. I would say they were the one that completed them really.
Tonight, you're gonna break your one rule. I'm considering it. No, there's only minutes left, so you're gonna have to play my little game if you want to save one of them. Yeah. You know, for a while there, I thought you really were a dent. The way you threw yourself after her. Look at you go!
He
What
really
does
killed
Harvey know about you and his little bunny? Where are they? Killing is making a choice. Where are they?
Choose between one life or the other. Your friend, the district attorney, or his blushing bride to be.
You have nothing to threaten me with. Nothing to do with all your strength. Don't worry, I'm gonna tell you where they are. Both of them. And that's the point. You'll have to choose. He's at 250 52nd Street, and she's on Avenue X. That's just
I still say that Batman's the better one, honestly.
Bale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with the Snyder cut version of the Justice League, it definitely put more of a better spotlight on him and what his character was and what he did as performance of Batman. But that Batman versus Superman, yeah, I mean, that fight scene told it all. Yeah, that fight scene told it all. And then for my final news, DC News. According to reports, a tractor trailer transporting McLaren toys of not only Supergirl toys from the DCEU, from the Flash film Supergirl, but also with, I want to say Melissa Benoist, the actor that played in the series Supergirl on the CW. They're both live action. Yeah, 7-inch arcade collectible toys was stolen from the tractor trailers. Not only that, but apparently also the Joker toys were stolen as well a few days later. As of now, Walmart has now issued an official public statement regarding the theft. Customers are still waiting for the pre-orders, even as we speak, seeking to purchase not only the Supergirl figures, but also the Joker figures as well. Police are still ongoing this investigation. If you'd like to know more, make sure to let me know in the comment section below. And even as myself, I would like to even know what is going on here. But until then, we have nothing so far. And then with that being said, I will pass on to Ace later.
All right. Now let's get into my news. Okay, I already know I like to mix my news together and stuff. But before I actually get into my news, let's get into 10 seconds of silence. Right? Okay. Reason being, Vampire Diaries author L.J. Smith has passed away at the age of 66. All right. So, yes, the famous author who has made some of the best shows that I've seen growing up, Vampire Diaries, I believe the originals as well. And
That's right.
hmm?
No, I was saying that. Rest in peace.
Yeah, so she's gone, so that's we can't get another another one, guys. I was hoping for one, but yeah. But I respect everything that she's done right now, so pretty good. Now, on to more news. Let's actually talk about the controversy right quick, all right? There's some controversy going on right now between casting, all right? You already know how they like do casting. So the biggest casting is Papa Edesu as Severus Snape. All right. Now, you guys all know Harry Potter, correct?
Of course.
I know of Harry Potter. Like, if you were to ask me lore bits, I'd probably shrug my shoulders.
Did you see the first movie?
I saw the first movie years ago when I was little.
As were I. As was I.
Do you remember Snape, the dude
He was like an old dude with like long hair, black hair,
yeah,
kind of an asshole.
yeah. So a lot of the certain controversy right now surrounding that is they've hired a black actor, Papa Edesu, as Severus Snape. All right. Now, a lot of these characters has also changed up a little bit as well too. A lot of their faces are a lot different than they were in the movie. So, the series isn't going to necessarily look just like the movie. And people need to understand that, but they want it to be the exact same, and that's the reason why everything is kind of running amok a little bit. I kind of also agree with them a little bit because, like, don't get me wrong, I know like Severus is a fictional character and things of that nature, but if the book described him as being a certain way, sometimes I kind of just be like, hey, he got to be this way.
Yeah, if the book describes him as a certain characteristics and he doesn't fit in live action, then you're facing another crisis of we're gonna do it our own way, and you guys gonna get our viewership up with this movie or film.
And to be honest, like at first I was I was kind of like clowning for a second. I was just kind of being like, man, he just saying that he's kind of just kicking back against it just because he want to check, he wants to get paid, and then he actually came out with a clapback against somebody. And he kind of killed me when he said it. And he was like, okay. He was like, if I'm so wrong for playing this character and everything, um, tell me, what was the race of Jesus?
Oh, oh,
I was like, oh shit. Never
I know
mind.
that's a conversation right there.
You might be opening up a much bigger can of worms there, brother.
Exactly.
Like shit. Man, shit. You just shut me up. LeBron hit us with the hey man, what they say about that and how is he depicted? I was like, yo. Ugh. All right. Do
Yeah,
you think
can't say nothing there. I was like, ooh, well,
See, the big problem with that one is you cannot correlate one with the other simply for the fact that when it comes down to religion, it's a matter of faith. So, regardless of whatever ethnicity someone might say that he should or shouldn't be or whatever, it still comes down to a religious faith. So, you're now throwing someone's faith into it, and that just becomes a much hairier argument. So, I think that's a shoot yourself in the foot kind of argument. Like you don't go there. Don't fuck with religion like that.
I don't think he shot himself in the foot per se, because like that because he definitely wouldn't be on it, still going to be air on it per se. But like one thing that we do know, they do say about Jesus is that like he has curly hair and like what like
they're like,
hair like wool and things of that nature and stuff. And a lot of the pictures I grew up to of Jesus, he didn't look like that. You know what I'm saying? So if that was the case, that would be the exact example of what they're doing to him in Harry Potter. You know what I'm saying? Versus what I've seen all my life.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm
Like I said before, if they never put the characteristics of the characters in the books, then I guess we can't really get mad. But if they did throughout this whole franchise of the books, then kind of owe it to the longtime fans of kind of okay, well, we kind of need to go by the script here, go by the original concept.
Yeah. So that's just something that's just pretty interesting right there. So like I don't really know if I'm gonna watch the reboot. Because like I really like the movies per se. Um, uh, I gotta have a reason. I gotta see the trailer. I gotta really like pique my interest because I really do like Harry Potter as a series and stuff. But like I don't really won't know if I want to watch the series.
Mhm.
So let me know if you guys want to watch it as well too when it comes out. We'll also will post the trailer when that does come out. So pique some interest and everything. All right. But on to my next news. Apparently, according to Comicology, Spider-Man Brand New Day will reportedly take place simultaneously with Avengers Doomsday, meaning Spider-Man won't appear in Doomsday. This
Do you think
Spider-Man.
do you
Wait,
think
wait,
he'll
wait,
make
wait,
a cameo?
wait. Wait, no, 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 no. This Spider-Man won't appear. Tom won't appear. Feel me? But guess what? What we know
Obi.
about Doomsday? That Tom, I mean that Toby and maybe even Andrew is in Doomsday. So Spider-Man, aka Tom, is not going to be in Doomsday. What do you
And
think
why
about that?
exactly is that?
Well, because he's going to have a movie at the same time. Well, and in his movie, apparently, but we don't really know what the hell's going on with his movie. Like, really, with the plot, everything is kind of rumor right now. Um, but if he's not going to be a part of it, I don't really necessarily know why he won't be a part of it. I think they're setting up for the fact that he probably is going to have to deal with the fallout of what's going to happen in this first part. I remember how like the first Avengers happened, not the first Avengers, but like the first part of the in game, and then not Civil War, in game, and then
Oh
oh,
yeah, Infinity War, and then after
Infinity
that
War.
was
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
So yeah, Infinity War specifically was the one where they lost.
Hmm.
That is, I feel like, is Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday.
That's
Okay,
fair.
that's why they call it Avengers Doomsday.
And
Speaking
then
of that, and the reason why I actually mentioned that is according to the Russo's brothers, they revealed that a lot of the heroes will die. All right, there ain't gonna be no snap of the fingers to resurrect them. All right, a Doomsday will be a next level of the expectations. Now, going back to what I just said, Doomsday specifically is the Avengers Infinity War. Now I'm saying this is where they die. This is why Tom isn't in Doomsday. They can't kill Tom. That's all they answer your question right there. They're not
uh,
killing their poster boy.
well, I
Not
guess
Oh,
doing
there's
there you
much
go.
to be done with the character before they kill him off. So I guess I can agree to that.
well, yeah. Besides that, I mean, you gotta think about it, bro. Some of these other Spider-Mans is out here and they
They're
just out
trying to
here.
narrow things down, basically.
Let's just put it
Yeah,
this way: if we gotta kill a Spider-Man, we can kill either Toby or we can kill Andrew. Which
I'm
one got?
definitely entry on the pedestal, so that's not even a debate with me. Like,
I ain't gonna lie. It's only one of them that really hate playing Spider-Man. Might well kill that nigga Toby. I just want.
He hates being Spider-Man, really?
no, I think he loved it. I think it was just after like the issues with the fourth film and trying to get the script ready and stuff, and the creative differences. I guess when they call it scrapped on that, it was kind of like, well, damn, well, now the damn almost legacy gone.
It put a bad taste in his mouth. I get it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but I also wanted to ask a question, I guess, for you, Ace Slater. If you had to pick between 5 characters from each franchise, well, I guess each studio, you got Fox, and you got Sony for the character wise. Now, if let's say if they all bring back like even the villains, for example, who would you choose?
Yeah, so I got like by bringing them back. You're saying?
Yeah, if they all brought back, like say the villains from the Sony verse and then the Fox verse, we know X-Men. Who would you bring back? Who
And
would you let
what is my
survive?
objective here?
Hmm?
What is my objective?
I mean, it's a battle world. Basically, it's like a battle between. Well, in my opinion, it's gonna be
Oh,
some
so they're my
battle.
team. You're saying? Or what?
Who'll be the remaining that will survive if you had to choose 5, at least 5?
Dude, you just asked me like a low division question. Like, like what the fuck, bro? Like, I don't like, bro. Like 5 people who, bro. Like, I feel like that's a difficult ass question, Loki. Specifically if you're thinking, I don't like. It's a lot of people that encompass Marvel, bro. And
Not from the Fox and Sony.
you said from the Fox and Sony worlds.
Yeah, Fox to Sony
Really?
world. I mean, yeah, just the Fox and Sony.
Current Sony.
Current or it could be past. Doesn't matter. Same thing with Fox.
Fox. So we can use Spider Man, Toby, and Andrew.
Okay, if you want to pick them,
Nah,
who
I'm just saying we can use Spider Man. I'm just saying them nigga weak. I was just playing not ain't weak. All right. Let's see. Them niggas all you sometimes. All right. So Jean Grey, cause she was going crazy in that one movie when she was going stupid. So she be one of the ones that be
which
alive.
one? Which one?
What you mean? Which one?
Sophia Turner or the other one?
Bro, I am not about to go over which one of the Jean Greys, bro. We talking about Jean Grey.
Who was the official Jean Grey? Your opinion, man. You know there are 2 of them.
Bro, I'm not about to go over which actor, which one would be the one that would technically be which one. Because low key, I did like the old one, and I don't really remember the new one like that. So that's why I'm kind of don't really want to do that. Kind
Okay,
of,
so you choose the old one. Okay, over Sophia Turner.
so yeah, she was kind of like and then technically I would go over. I would say just to speed it up and everything. Um, I would say Professor X definitely. Um, um, shit, motherfucking. Let me see. Let me get Sony some love. Venom.
Okay, Eddie Brock. Okay. Yeah,
Shit,
really hope they bring that character back.
motherfucking. Okay. Shit, Logan
Okay. Jean Grey, Logan.
and Deadpool.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean definitely could choose other people as well too, but it's just hard to choose those 5. But anyway, I got to team mine real quick. But anyways, going forward, Joseph Quinn. By the way, Joseph Quinn. Do you guys know who Joseph Quinn is?
Sounds familiar. Sounds so cool.
Joseph Quinn is the actor that is going to be Human Torch. All right. Did I paint a
Oh,
visual?
yeah, yeah. One play Stranger
All
Things.
right.
Mhm.
So apparently, Joseph Quinn says his Human Torch will be less womanizing than past versions.
I don't know how I feel about that because you take that part away. I mean, doesn't that not take away part of the character?
A lot of people were saying that as well too. Because Nick, have you ever seen Fantastic Four?
What, the original one? The original movie?
Yeah.
I seen it. I don't really remember it too well, and I remember that Galactus was a big cloud.
Do you remember the Human Torch at least, Johnny?
The actor, yeah, I
Chris
remember.
Evans. Chris Evans.
So if you think about how he was, and how this new character would be less womanizing, because the character is technically womanizing. If you want to know how womanizing he is, this dude, Human Torch done did some crazy shit before, like slept with Doom wife. He done like he's a playboy.
Okay, so here's my thing. Here's my thing with that. I get that they don't want him to be like that because misogyny. Because when don't we hear about it anymore nowadays? But there was a point that I've read that was made about Iron Man where he's deliberately made to be a shitty character at first, so that way as he progresses through the movies, he grows, he becomes a better person, he learns from his past actions, he abandons his shitty attitudes and then becomes a better person. I guess you could say it's all part of the hero's journey, starting off shitty and then working your way up. So, I mean, I hate to say it, but they should keep him as a womanizing piece of shit, have him realize it's wrong, and then become a better person.
Well, some people did speculate that we're dealing with a more established Johnny, so that
Yeah,
maybe he was more womanizing in his younger years. This Johnny was, and maybe in his current run, he isn't.
I would like to see like him kind of maybe progressing off that, but still kind of like his old self because that's still part of his character. And whether you want to make it different because you're Marvel, you want a fresh start of new characters, you still got to keep it original. Still got to keep the originality there. Like,
Mm, yeah,
can't take the
Now, more news really quickly. Marvel Comic announces Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe is going to be coming out this July. Also, on that same news, Wolverine vs. Godzilla officially settles if Logan's can survive atomic breath. What
He
do you think
can't.
the answer is, guys?
He can't. He can't. Yeah, all will be left is the anime team skeleton.
What do you think, Nick?
Maybe.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Do you think Wolverine can survive atomic breath from
Atomic
Godzilla?
breath?
From Godzilla.
Oh, I mean, honestly, if he's getting his ass beat by a Viltrumite, I'm gonna say no.
Not that Wolverine.
That's what I'm saying. If Wolverine's getting his
Oh
ass
yeah,
beat by a
you got
Viltrumite, I don't think he's surviving Godzilla's blast.
And you said what you say, Mike.
You don't stand a chance.
So some people have said that the adamantium inside his skull, or the adamantium is inside his skull, and Wolverine can come back even if he has like that's intact. If his brain is intact,
Yeah, if.
So so it just depends. Somebody also said his healing factor counters radiation. You know, so I don't know how that will go. This is all fictional science here. So
Yeah,
hey,
'cause I just don't see it. I just don't see him really surviving that because, grant you, he can he can make melt a block away with that thing.
man. But more news: Marvel is retconning apparently. Right? So apparently, Marvel is retconning Scarlet Witch's MCU villain turn and preparing a heroic return. So remember how originally this motherfucker, I mean, this unstable, I mean, this witch was supposed to come back, cause problems within the X-Men because she's always going crazy because things are happening to her apparently, and people give her all these excuses and stuff. And then she just go crazy and just kind of bring the house on everybody.
Yeah, the classic
Basically,
House of M.
that is comic Scarlet Witch. With this retcon, they're trying to make this a villain fault. All right, the villain name, what's his name? What is his name? Nightmare.
Yeah, from the comic. Yeah,
Hmm. So trying to make him Nightmare is kind of lame now because it's like, bro, we already knew what was going on and stuff like that. But if you do that officially for the MCU, then we gotta abide by that it was him doing it. So it's just like, all right, fine, you know.
He is way too OP to be put into the franchise, like literally. Like Chaos Nightmare? No.
So it's just kind of lame that they doing that, but it is what it is, you know. I ain't gonna bad about it because I ain't really want her to be too much of the cause of all these issues, even though it would be cool to watch, but it's what it is. Now, Captain America Brave New World writer doesn't understand why people didn't like the film. He says, and I quote, if you didn't enjoy the film, tell me why. I want to know that as much as anything else. End quote. All right. What do you think that answer is, Mike?
Definitely what we talked about in our last podcast episode. Race, definitely the left trying to make some type of agenda behind the whole movie aspect of just a person carrying on the legend of the name Captain America and what it stands for. And just attractors being attractors and trying to put down the film.
Nick, what you think?
Honestly, I'm not entirely certain. I don't really have an opinion on that one.
So for me, as a person that at first I didn't watch it, and then I went and watched it, stuff. Um, I was understanding that people didn't even. First of all, people were saying the movie wasn't good before it even came out.
Of course.
All right. So that was one of the things that we understood about this movie. It was already review bombed from the start. Why? Because people heard Anthony Mackie speaking about something, and they immediately, because you know when you already, okay, let me tell you what they did. You know when you don't like a person and everything that they do you don't like as well too extra. That kind of is what they did to him. So the fact is, it's not that they didn't like Anthony Mackie; they didn't like the fact that he is Captain America. Now, if you add to the fact that he said something that you perceive is wrong, boom, now we automatically don't like your movie. So it was one of those things that kind of happened, and they already heard something, took it out of context, and then it was just like, oh yeah, we're not gonna watch the movie. And it was, like I said, the film didn't even come out just yet, and they were saying that.
Mm.
You know, so and then when people put side by side pieces of what he said, same things that Steve said, Chris Rogers said, you're like, well, what's the reason you no longer like? Did you forget that Steve said the same thing? You know, so like I said, I don't really know. Like so the writer. Now I will say that they probably shouldn't have involved Red Hulk. You know what I'm saying? Like it could have been a movie that was just really about Anthony Mackie going crazy and shit. I will say that. I will say that. It could have just been him going crazy and it didn't have to be about the Hulk. But I think the movie about the Hulk was a fu to the Hulk, like you know the regular Hulk that we got. Cause think about it, they just went crazy on showing a whole nother Hulk.
I think it was just setting up more of a not only like you said the Thunderbolts movie that's coming out in May, but also just like what we wanted for the longest, which was another Hulk film, but due to legal issues, we can't make it. But so we're gonna disguise it and make it maybe 30-40% of Captain America, but 60 to 70% of the Hulk. Damn near. Even though the main character, well, Mark Ruffalo, aka the Hulk, is not in it. Which, to be honest, if I'm not getting the same CG as the Incredible Hulk from Edward Norton's time, then I guess they can kind of keep it, in my honest opinion.
Well, we know what we heard about him that he was a diva. Apparently, is what they said. So I don't know how that goes, but that's what they said. Mm. Now, we're gonna do a complete reverse real quick. Apparently, let's talk about Dragon Ball real quick. All right. So apparently, Toyotaro has, and I think we kind of touched on this a little bit last episode, but we're gonna kind of talk about it again. Toyotaro has drawn the cover, and he has Ultra Instinct Goku. He has Ultra Ego Vegeta, uh, Beast Gohan, Super Saiyan Broly, and Orange Piccolo all on the cover. Right? Not gonna lie, fire poster. Um, he got that shit. You know what I mean? Now, apparently, in the interview, he said he drew them all next to each other to emphasize that they're all the same power level. And a lot of people are kind of like mad and we're kind of confused because it's like, how the hell is everybody the same power level right now?
Well, I say it like this, and even the creator, good old Toriyama, rest in peace. He said it himself. Orange Piccolo, he is in fact on the same power level, on the same tier as they would be on Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan level. But Gohan Beast, he is the top. He is far stronger than him. He said it himself. Now
Bro, they
Broly
keep,
get put in the mix. I don't know. That we don't know.
bro, they look, he be like, it's like, when.
But this is the same
I
thing
don't
what
know
I
how.
said about Daima. A lot of hype, a lot of cheer, but is the smart ones who just kind of stand in the back, kind of scratching their heads, like, okay, well now I'm confused on the power level and what's really connected.
I ain't gonna lie. I love Dragon Ball, but that shit don't make no sense, bro. Like, it just don't make no sense. How is Goku on the same strength level? Well, first, hold on. Let's put this away. I just want to put this out there. Broly is a Super Saiyan 1 in the same power level as Ultra Ego and Ultra Instinct Goku. He's on the same strength level.
That I will disagree because that does put another tier boost on their power level.
That just being low
'Cause,
key, he way stronger than everybody. Because bro, just like you on your first tier. You
yeah, it didn't even go up 2 yet. Like, and you saying he's stronger than Gohan?
know what
Like,
it's like? It's
pardon
kind of
me?
like Kool-Aid, low key. It's kind of like they got the watered down versions, and this nigga is like diabetes. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
just
Like this nigga's
yeah,
like
just
extreme.
oversaturated with strength.
You
Yeah,
feel me? Like he got extreme versions. It's like, but
yeah.
like I like how they had Gohan and Broly basically train with each other and stuff because they're more like similar to each other. So that's pretty dope. I still don't. Again, I don't know how Piccolo is the same strength level as everybody. Like I ain't gonna hate on that, but I'm just that just don't make sense. We really needed more excuse. You know what this felt like? This feels like when Daima ended, and then Goku just went Super Saiyan 4, and they asked him, "How did you go that shit?" That nigga said, "Oh, I've been training after that shit. I could did that the whole time." Nigga, shut the fuck up. No, the fuck,
Hey,
nigga.
that's the excuse y'all got, and that's the excuse you
Bro,
have
I
to
was training the whole time, like,
to
bro, like
digest because that's what Toriyama left everybody. Okay, that's
that
that's
nigga lie
everybody.
like hell, bro. So
It is what it is.
I commented that shit. As soon as I seen that shit, I said, "What's that bullshit?" Because everybody was asking if that was the case, why didn't you use that shit in Super?
And again, and that's the same thing with even Piccolo. Now, granted, it is said in the statements or in the recent interviews that is his favorite character, which kind of gave me like, you know what? If you want to make your favorite character be strong before you make your final farewell, you know what? Fine.
Bro,
You
they
know,
need to. Cause think about it like this: this nigga Piccolo, even though he Tommy and everything like that, bro, this nigga Piccolo was low key just around. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just around. If it wasn't just raising the kids and shit, being a stepdad, like he was just around.
uh, now Krillin, Yamcha, the rest of the game, they were around. Piccolo got involved. He wasn't the highlight, but he was
Vegeta
involved.
always talking shit. You feel me? Like, bro, like this nigga, like he had to watch the kids get stronger than him.
I think that was his pride, letting because he already let Gohan did it.
I mean, it is what it is. Gohan's just a freak of nature, bro. Bro, this
potential.
nigga had his potential unlocked by, bro. Okay, let's talk about that. This nigga Piccolo, even though he was like great King Piccolo when he was in his former life and all that good shit, his dad or whatnot, if you want to call it that.
Yeah,
Bro,
Grand
the nigga can't do shit just like the other diamond nigga. Like the nigga, the great Piccolo dude in Daima.
Oh yeah, yeah. Granted, he ain't a fighter, and also granted, we don't know of how many people he even absorbed. And take along the fact too, he probably didn't have his potential key boosted a couple times. So
Bro, we
he got
don't know about that, but we all we know is if Piccolo was a real one, he should have been like, yo, let's fuse. And bro, that man would have came back the strongest, but like obviously that wouldn't have been the case because unless they said that this has a timer, and then like that would have explained why it never worked in Super, and then like on a new series they could have it like it's finally there, and then that explained how the hell you just transformed into this orange nigga.
best case.
So, like that would have been like
His
a cool writing,
his his best scenario would have been going to the time chamber more times than Goku did and Vegeta did.
The time chamber they destroyed that.
Well, hell, they couldn't make another one because it looked like they got remade by the time what was it, Diamond came around.
You would think they would have wished for that shit to be back,
Yeah,
again or something like that. Instead of Bulma getting butt lifts and shit. So, hey, and that's a comic accurate thing. So,
yeah, yeah. Of all people to think to wish for, that I guess that would be one of them.
now on some more actual um news, real quick, we're actually going to talk about Marvel real quick. Marvel confirms that Thor will die. All right. So Marvel confirms the death of the Avengers this summer. All right. Now, this is going to be the end of the immortal Thor. All right. And as his rival, as Marvel confirms, the last stand of the God of Thunder will see his demise in a story concluding with Thor on the 25th of this July. Right. Now, he is promising that a new legend is going to begin from the fallout. We don't really know how that means. That could be a whole nother. That could be his son or his daughter, or
I was
or
thinking that too, the new son or something like that.
Did he have a
so.
kid in the movies? I don't remember him having
So
kids.
he didn't have a kid. He adopted a kid.
Yeah, he adopted a kid. He actually did have a kid, biologically in the comics. Part of the new Avengers, of course. But we'll see how they do in the, I guess, next film, because I think the next film will be his last, but I don't think we have a confirmed date on that.
See, one of the reasons why, a lot of reasons why they're talking about redoing the entire Marvel universe is because Sony and Fox and everybody was sold off in the beginning of them doing their entire universe. They were supposed to go off. They were supposed to go completely on script.
We're
Script is,
supposed to get a complete universe, not just one franchise.
but remember, script is comic.
Script is comic, but also with like the franchise, like Sony owning this, Fox owning that. We can't connect this. Legal agendas won't make us do this storyline. So I guess besides the reset, it's like, well, we need to get people interested in Marvel again. But what's our first agenda? Let's bring
Well,
back Iron Man. Let's bring back
so
Robert.
and so you could think about it like that too, but look at it this way: it's just like manga, how manga translates to anime and things that nature and stuff. The comic is right there. You know what I'm saying? Like all you got to do is expand on that into a script. Being that the characters were separated and were not able to actually be involved in the storylines surrounding these things and these characters and stuff. Remember how I would be telling you guys how I would be annoyed how like you will watch Netflix show, right? And an event with the foot is happening and they're taking over New York and ain't nobody show up but Daredevil. Shit
Yeah,
like that would annoy me because I'd be
it,
like, you're talking
it,
about a city that has so many comic accurate heroes in it, and ain't no other character showed up. And I obviously know what that is because of money and licensing and things of that nature and shit, right? But here's my problem. Because of, I mean, well, here's the problem is because of that, you don't have a full accurate view of what technically could happen in that category. Technically, if that were to happen comic wise, so many heroes would spring up, and that would be an episode where we would see so many characters looking like what's going on. So that is something that they weren't able to do from the jump. They had to maneuver when Iron Man first came out, and how the X-Men were still gone. You got to understand, the X-Men were still gone when Iron Man first came out. They were still under Fox. So was Daredevil. So the fact that they were still like that means they had to completely ignore adamantium until recently. That's the
adamantium, mutants,
mutants,
inhumans.
everything. They had to ignore everything. Do you know the Marvel universe is so fucking ignorant, right? And I love the universe, don't get me wrong, but it's so fucking ignorant, right? That people did not necessarily care about heroes that display powers too much until the X-Men specifically came around and they were treating that shit like racism for real. And it was like, oh shit, a mutie. Yeah, get away, mutie. You know what I mean? Like, oh, get that mutie. You know what I mean? Like it was like, and it's like, wait a
Yeah,
minute. But they didn't care about them other heroes beforehand. But like everybody else got to be a mutant now, huh? So it's pretty interesting, like how everybody kind of coexists in that world. Like you got mutants, Inhumans, uh, Spider Man in them, Captain America, Avengers in them
yeah,
around them.
talented people, martial
Bro,
artists,
Blade in them around the corner in them. Bro, you have so
Morbius.
many people in one area that's just kind of very unique. You just kind of like, wow. And I think specifically Transformer might be in somewhere in the cut somewhere, but I don't know.
And it's what was it, Hasbro, something like that. They're more connected with GI Joe, if that makes sense, because same same company.
It depends. So they have so many dang people and stuff like that. But either way, But I'm giving to a few more Marvel news right now. Now, damn, wait a minute. There will be one more episode of Daredevil Born Again. All right, which actually appeared tonight. Okay. Now, this is a quick ass season. This is why I was telling y'all how we're not getting quality seasons like we used to 15 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, when we used to have 16 episode, 20 episode seasons.
Yeah, yeah. But apparently the next one's gonna have more episodes, I believe.
Like they shorten us out. Like they're giving us like dealer level episodes here, nigga. 6, 8. You know what I mean? Like we used to get 18, 20. Like how the hell you just start taxing the damn episodes and stuff like that? Like they start going up like on us. They started shortening the damn episode. See?
But
No.
then I guess because this is has a lot to do with the writers, because the writers did kind of make it like sort of like, for example, I think besides spoiler warning, and then okay, so spoiler warning will be like Foggy dying. One of the original creatives was to have them both killed or not even show up at all. That was the original. Now, granted, they're not in that movie so much in the episodes now, but the original was kind of had them both like kind of killed. Not only that, to kind of have more deeper involvement of the Muse character. Also with the kind of like more of a, which John Berthold himself, he didn't even want to come back unless they changed that script. A deeper, more dramatic involvement of the Daredevil. I mean, he's almost more sad, if you want to put it. He himself did not want to come back if they did not change that script. Well, good old Kevin Feige, he made a good decision, in my opinion. Fired them, got the writers and the directors from the Netflix Daredevil, brought them in and changed that whole story. And so, I guess with that being said, I guess they made a executive decision, say, hey, well, we'll give you shorter episodes, but we'll give you good quality episodes. And honestly, I guess I'll take this route and then have the better version, which is season 2, come out next year, in my opinion.
Shit, it definitely better. Hopefully, it can be this sad resolution, but like we don't really know how that's gonna be. But like I said, like that would be great though. You know, but now in other news as well too, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige has asked John Boyega. Yeah, I know John Boyega.
Yeah, boy, yeah.
Star Wars. Nick, you know Boyega.
Yeah, he played in Star Wars as Finn, didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, got you. All right. He asked John Boyega who he played in the MCU, and guess who he said?
Bishop.
Oh, I played Bishop. All right. Now we saw John Boyega with the same hairstyle as Bishop, and I'm not gonna lie, he could actually play him. I'm not gonna lie, he's a ringer for it. Bro,
Yeah, I thought about it too. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind
bro
it.
hit the the Rock workout plan. You know what I'm saying? Bulk up a little bit. He low key can grow into the role and be that type of character for iterations to come. So like yeah, that would be dope. Like if he would be that. Shit, I would not be opposed to it. I'm just saying.
Mhm.
All right. Um. Hopefully, I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully, guys, Uncharted 2 comes out because that was a pretty good, movie. I haven't played the game, Nick. Not talking about the game, but like specifically the movie. The movie was pretty good, and they left it on a cliffhanger too. I don't really know if they're gonna make it, but sometimes you already know they only do movies like this to raise money for the game, or it be vice versa. Like they do a game real quick to try to raise money for a show or movie or something. It just depends. Like animes do it all the time. They release like a little clickbait game with official characters and stuff like that. People play it because they're real big fans. They use
Mhm.
that money to raise money for their season.
Yeah, I heard they were gonna maybe do a time skip on this one. Hopefully, it's not a different actor.
Also, apparently, and I know this is kind of on your territory right now, but y'all know Superman has a new suit. It's a new white suit. It's
New
white.
white
I ain't
suit.
gonna lie, it's cold. It's low key cold.
Mm.
It's
Superman's got a
white
new
and
white suit now. Why?
I don't know why. Shit, it's white and like sky blue, cold.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
You look at
mm,
that. I don't gonna lie to you. Wait a minute.
mm.
So yeah, I was gonna show that. I'm just gonna send it to you guys to actually see that later and stuff like that. But other than that, we're going to wrap here. All right. So that was a pretty good episode, guys. Um, this next week we're definitely gonna go back on camera as well, and we're gonna do it up pretty big for this one. And we made pretty good time today as well too. Now, more information coming out as well too. The Discord and everything will be popping. Will be going in within the next month. We do want to start actually having more populace in here for it to be a thing. All right, Spotify is there as well too. We're going to reach out to iHeartRadio and reach out to more of the sites specifically to get us hosted there. I used to be hosted on 11 platforms, so I'm going to reach out to a lot of those specifically just to get the podcast specifically back on those sites so we can be moving on those sites more. Plus, we will be streaming to YouTube directly as well too, so that the full episode will start to be being available on YouTube specifically. All right. Now, other than that news, Nick, you got anything to say to the people?
Not much other than if you guys enjoy RTS games or retro games, I'm playing Valkyria Chronicles 2 over on my channel. So if you enjoy those kind of games, feel free to pop over Nick Mal Streaming on Twitch, Nick Malgraham on Instagram, but soon to be technical difficulties, TECHNICKAL, and I will see you guys on over there.
All right, what about you, Mike?
And as always, fitness, words of affirmation. If you need meal plans, calorie surplus, meal plans for your needs, tailored workout plans for your schedule, message me about page on my channel, Instagram, Facebook, and also TikTok. And without further ado, see you guys next time.
And this is AC Slater. Follow us on Instagram at X That Damn Podcast. That is XTHATDAMPODCAST. That is X That Damn Podcast on Instagram. You can follow us on That Damn Pod on YouTube as well too. And go ahead and check out some of those, make some comments as well too. And we're going to actually post a little more too, get a little bit on that a little more. But check into us as well too on Discord on Thursday, 10 p.m. EST. When we go live again on Discord for our Thursday episode. All right. Other than that, we will see you guys then.
Have a good night, guys.